just want to talk to you guys, share some information on how to do a walkthrough. A commercial cleaning walkthrough is a critical step in understanding the scope of work, identifying the client's needs, and preparing an accurate bid. Here's a step-by-step guide. So I'm going to read you guys a step-by-step guide. So preparing before a walkthrough. If you can, research the client, see what kind of business they are, how big they are. Understand the business type, the size, and cleaning requirements. Some of them have scope of work, some of them you have to create a scope of work. Check if they've had previous cleaning services and why they're considering a change. Now, this is real important. You want to bring the right tools. The tools consist of a notebook, or a tablet for notes, camera, or well, not necessarily camera, but it says camera or phone for photos, and this is critical too, with permission. You have to ask the people, do they mind if you take pictures? I've had some accounts where they didn't allow me to take pictures. So always ask first, because their security procedures won't allow pictures outside of their facility. So after you take your photos with permission, you have your measuring tool. And I suggested this to somebody today. If you don't have a measuring tool, use your feet. Like put one foot in front of the other, and use your feet if you don't have a measuring tool. But you could get a measuring tool for under $60 at Home Depot or something. You might can find it cheaper on Amazon. So get you a measuring tool. It also suggests personal protective equipment if needed. And in that instance, that would be construction. In construction, you need to, like, I have to go on a walkthrough. I have to have a hard hat, I have to have the vest. So that's what that means as well. And then prepare your questions. Now, I have a walkthrough sheet that I created that I'll put in the description of this video, a tool so that you don't forget anything, because you don't. Okay, let me give you an example of an experience that I heard today. So you go on the walkthrough, the client shows you around, you didn't get no measurements, you didn't take no pictures, and you get back to the table and you can't even start because you didn't get none of the information. So now the person has to go back, call the client again, go back and do it again. Now, that to me is a waste of time. That's a waste of time. You could be at a second location versus going to the same one because you didn't get none of the information. So prepare before you go. Prepare your questions. Like for me, not only do I ask my agent for the insurance certificate that I need for that location, I also prep my bidding app so that I could already have the client's information in there. And I actually didn't do that this time because I want to show you guys from the very beginning. So then let's go back to the walkthrough. So you prepare questions if you have some, or at least have a list of questions that you don't want to forget to ask. You want to know their hours of operations, and you also want to know what time can you guys come in, and what's your entry? How do you have entry? You want to know the high traffic areas or special use areas. For example, areas that they're going to show you the scope of work, but they'll say, well, we don't hardly use this. We might use it once a month or something like that. So that could be a special use area. Then preferred cleaning schedule. Now, this is how I manipulated my availability. Like if I had all evening accounts and this was a daylight opportunity, then I would have a daylight account. So what I ended up doing was I gave all of my evening accounts, I put people in my evening accounts, and I was doing my daylight accounts while my son was in school. So you want to prefer cleaning schedule is it day, nights, or weekends. Any areas requiring restricted access, you want to know that. Then you want to know the frequency of service. Is it a daily clean, a weekly clean, a monthly clean, bi-monthly clean? Bi-weekly clean. And then specify cleaning products or methods that they prefer. Like some clients, you have to buy supplies. Some clients, they buy their own supplies. For me, if I see a client buying store-bought stuff, then I use my supplies because I use EPA approved chemicals and I use the best chemicals. So, and I try to use mine because I put my price in the quote for my chemicals and stuff also. And I would prefer to use the chemicals that my team and myself are used to using because, like I said, I buy the best stuff for us. So, okay, so during the walkthrough, you want to build a rapport. And when I say that, it's almost like you're on a job interview. You want to sell yourself, like your company and your company name don't mean nothing to the people because they don't even know your performance yet. So they buy based off of you. So sell yourself, introduce yourself and your company professionally. Like when I first walk up to a potential client on a walkthrough, and I wish I had one sitting right here. Oh, wait, I do. I give them my company brochure. So as soon as I get there, I introduce myself. It has my contact information in there. It has our mission statement, our values, who we are, what we do. And then it talks about the disinfectant spraying. It has some of our clients on here. It tells who Karen Denton is. And then just a cover page. So I always take a brochure as part of my marketing when I go to a walkthrough. And the first thing I do, because I done already talked to the person either on the phone or on an email, so I kind of feel like I know the person already. And they also you if you start off with communication. So I give them that. And I ask them, what do you want us to do? Because they be like, you ready? Like, I don't know what they expect. Like, I'll stand there and they're waiting for me to do something. No, I need you to tell me what you want us to do because they know their pain points. They know what services they need because sometimes you'll get a client that want, like, I'm talking about like lot of detailed stuff. And they're not the decision maker. They're just a contact person. And I'm going to tell you, I've had clients that I put all that stuff, like I said, I write in my proposal everything they say that's potent. So when I do that and that decision maker see all that extra stuff on there, they be like, we're not going to need this or this. And see, that come from the person in the office. So you got to be mindful of being real clear on what the scope of work is so that you can print it, put it in the building, and that decision maker can always refer back to that to know that that's not in your scope of work. Because then they'll start nitpicking and all that little stuff they was asking you to do. Yeah, they still want you to do it, and they're going to try to find a way to get you to do it. But if it's not in the scope of work, you show them the scope of work so they know. So then you want to ask the client about their main concerns or priorities. Like I said, some clients don't know what they want and some do. So you for ask them first, because like I'll be walking, I'll see opportunities that I could see that, yeah, they need our service. But if they don't bring, I'll ask them about it. If they don't bring that up, then it's not in the scope. And then when it's that instance, this is what I do. That might not be in the scope. And for our services to look good, all of that stuff I saw needs clean. So what I do is I tell the client that we need to do a deep clean first, get it to my standard, and then we can start the service. That way, that opportunity I saw over there will no longer be there because we did a deep clean and we cleaned the building, or we cleaned it. And then now all we have to do is maintain it, because you can't put a team in somewhere, or even if it's you, and go price it for regular service, but it's dirty in areas that is not in the scope. It just don't look good. So suggest a deep clean first, so that then you could put somebody in there. They don't gotta be seeing all this stuff, and then you ain't got people in there doing all this extra stuff, because if they're anal too, they're gonna see that and they're gonna clean it. So if everything is already clean, you're good to go. So now it says inspect the space thoroughly. Break it into sections. Offices, restroom, break room. Now, and this is what I do. Just like when it says break it into sections. Like you want to name the rooms they show you, so that when you do your proposal, you can name them rooms as well. And that way they know that they could clearly understand your proposal and know that you were listening. And the key is to listen. So it say break into the sections. Okay, it say look for high touch areas like light switches, doorknobs, shared equipment. And I'm gonna say this is like standard for me now because of COVID. Doorknobs, light switches, railings, that kind of stuff need to be regularly disinfected, so that not only for us but for the client as well, so that nobody don't get no germs. Then you want to also note the floor type, like carpet, tile, wood. Now it's epoxy. So you need to know what type of floor it is, because the floor types change the cleaning, and it also changes the price. So you want to make sure you are putting in the correct floor type. Then you want to identify any special areas like kitchens, conference rooms, or server rooms. Assess restroom conditions, fixtures, supply needs, deep cleaning requirements. And when I have an opportunity to order the paper products for my client, because I have a sales tax license, so I can resell products. So I'm sorry, y'all. So if you have an opportunity to be a one-stop service for your client, then do that. Do that. Then you want to check for waste disposable needs. Like, is there trash? Is there, well, we know there's trash, but is there recycle that you have to be responsible for? You want to know that. And really, really, I don't know how I could emphasize this more. Make sure you take detailed notes, because you're going to get to a place where you're going to be doing more than one walkthrough a day, and you're not going to remember to come back to remember all that stuff. So make sure you take detailed notes, and make sure you write down something specific that you could just see is irking that client. Make sure you put that in there. Then you want to note the size and condition of each area. Identify problem, spot, stain, odor, clutter. Record special requests, or areas needing extra attention. And ask questions on the spot. Ask them. Don't wait till you get home and then have to keep. You want to. You don't want to keep asking the client questions over and over separate times. You want to be the professional, so you can. I mean, it might be something you forget, but just try not to have to ask them too many questions after you done did the walkthrough. Because see, if you ain't clear on something or you didn't really get the look, when you're on your walkthrough and the client walks you through, now apparently they trust you. You possibly may be getting ready to be in their building. Ask them, can you walk again by yourself and walk again and really look at the place, really get good measurements while you have your time. You're not holding nobody up. You have time. That's like a walkthrough should not take 15 minutes. You should be there building that relationship, talking to the client, seeing what they need. It's so, I love doing that because I love meeting new people and I love building those relationships. Okay, then you want to confirm access procedures. You're going to have keys, codes. You need to find out how will you have entry. And then inquire about the supplies, whether they will provide them or you will provide them. And again, take pics, but make sure you have permission. You can even use photos to document areas for reference in your bid if that's what you want to do. And then after the walkthrough, review your notes. Ensure that you have enough detail to prepare an accurate bid. Calculate the bid. Account for labor, supplies, travel time, and frequency of service. Factor in any special cleaning requests or areas requiring more effort. Then you draft your proposal. Include a clear scope of work, pricing breakdown, and timeline. Follow up promptly. Send the proposal within 24 to 48 hours. Don't, like, I have some opportunities I'll share with other contractors, and they have an opportunity to go quote their own stuff. And so I would tell them to go quote, it'd be a week past. And I call them and I say, did you get the numbers in a week? Now listen, you want opportunities, you want to show to be a solution and dependable, reliable. Call them people right away. I pride myself on quick response. And that's how I get opportunities, quick response. Like, you guys gotta like move. You gotta move. You can't get it, be scared of it, and just sit on it. And then you need to learn the bidding so that you will not go out your head. Like, for example, I still have them. I have 5 Barnes and Nobles. We only need to do the floor. Some of the floor is carpet, wood, tile. Now, first he gave me a price. It was in the people. No. First, let me say this. It's a national company, and they told me that I need to quote at those locations. They're all different sizes. Well, when I got my first 2 quotes, which was in their range, I found out they were already priced. So now I know they're already priced. I'm going to go ahead and find some other contractors and send it to them. But that quote was for $5,000, $6,000, and $7,000 for them people floors. I said, man, them people ain't paying that much. And then it's not even the whole store, because they have like a cafe, they have like another little area for the kids or something. That none of that was in it. So you guys got to learn how to bid, because you get opportunities, then you miss them because you just going out your head with numbers, and then you look at the place and it looks like it's so big for you, and it's not as big as it look. You get in there, you see it's not even, and then they don't even got carpet. It's like carpet tile. It's so worn, you can't, and you don't even see no hairs really. So like, I thought it was a gravy job, but I'm not going to do it. I was going to give it away. So we lost it last year because they took too long. So if they don't want to do it, I'll just tell them to go find somebody else. That's all. But I'm going to put what I was reading off of, I'm going to put it in the description so you guys can have that for reference on how to do a walkthrough, because that's critical. Walkthrough and bidding is the heartbeat of this business as far as getting clients. So you must master those things so that you can build revenue. All right, so I'm not going to ramble, but I just wanted to like give you that. I'm a I have a call later with a mentee that I'm gonna help her with a proposal. I'll record that, and then I'm gonna record the two bids, construction bids that I'm gonna do, that I'm gonna bid on. So I'll also do a video on that. So once again, this is Karen Denton, your KSC bidding consultant. I hope this information was of some value to you. Please like and subscribe to my channel so that you can get notice of more videos of, with, I hope, value information. So I will see you guys on the next video.